I preach opening up and talking about your mental illness, and that it's the fastest and easiest way to help yourself overcome this. But where did that come from and why? In 2012, I just got out of the hospital for mental health, depression stuff, and I was still training for the pole vault. And every day on my iPod, I would listen to this.
Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure.
And there's one phrase in there that's sung with me every single time, and it's that line that says, "And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same." I loved it. It gave me permission to be vulnerable. It gave me permission to talk about this thing that's been scaring me and holding me back up until that point of my entire life. And it was great in theory and it made sense. But if you guys know anything about me, I had to test it. So I started talking about my dance with mental health to everybody. There was no fear. I was like, the more I talk about it, the more other people can talk about theirs. And I ran into a lot of people who were like, it's all in your head, man. It's just not real. But I ran into more people who were like, oh my God, I'm so happy you said this because I've dealt with the same thing, or my brother, or my father, or my mother, or my grandma, or my son, or daughter has dealt with the same thing. I don't quite understand the science of it yet, but it works a lot like a slow clap. Something cool happens. You got one guy or girl who starts a slow clap. It's scary because what if nobody claps and then you're left all this attention on you clapping by yourself and nobody's clapping? Or there's other people in that crowd who agree with why you're clapping. And they wanted to clap too, but they were just too afraid to start clapping on their own. So then the second person starts clapping. And then you gave that third person permission to start clapping, and then fourth person permission to start clapping, that fifth person, and all of a sudden, the whole room is clapping. And the more I talked about it, the more people talked about it. The more I talked about it, the more people reached out to me to talk about it, and allowed me to help them, and allowed them to help others. And that's what I hold on to with the root, the core of why I do this. Maybe if I can start the clap. As hard as it is, I've seen others be able to drop their guard and they get to talk about it, essentially leading them to help. Because once one light shines, then the second one goes, and the third one goes, and the fourth one goes, and then the fifth one, and the sixth one, and the seventh one. And before you know it, everybody's talking about it. Everybody's on the same page, and everybody can get help.
And as we let our own light shine, we subconsciously give other people permission to do the same.
Guys, that's why talking about this is so important to me. I think it's good. And that line is brilliant. As we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. And this isn't just true with mental health, this is true for everything. I love this quote. I've been trying to find a really cool way of putting it on my wall somehow. With that being said, guys, there are always options. And I know when you're in a deep, dark spot and you don't see them, they're there. I'll help you find some more if you can't find them. Let me be that person for you. With that being said, life is meant to be experienced and curiosity will get you there. I want to thank everybody for all the kind words to throw gasoline on this channel's fire to keep going. I didn't realize how many people it was helping until everyone stepped up to the plate. You guys are awesome. I'll see you next week.